The Nigerian Senate on Wednesday, June 5, passed a bill proposing a new salary structure for judicial officers, including the Chief Justice of Nigeria. If signed into law, the bill will substantially increase the annual earning of the CJN to 64 million naira. Similarly, the President of Court of Appeal will earn 62.4 million, and the Justice of the Supreme Court will earn 61.4 million annually. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio declared the bill passed following majority support from senators who expressed their decision through voice votes. The Red Chamber passed the bill after deliberation on a report from its Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, which its chairman Tahi Mungono presented. This development came about 10 weeks after the House of Representatives passed the bill seeking to increase judicial official salaries, allowance and benefits. On March 20th, the Green Chamber passed the bill after the third reading. A breakdown of the bill, as reported, shows that the CJN will receive a monthly salary of 5.4 million naira, amounting to 64.8 million per annum. It also shows that the CJN will receive a monthly basic salary of 1.1 million and a 4.3 million in regular allowances. Beyond the CJN, the bill outlines salary adjustment for various tiers of the judiciary, with the Justice of the Supreme Court earning a total package of 4.2 million and the President of Court of Appeal will earn a monthly package of 4.4 million. The Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, President of the National Industrial Court, Chief Judge of FCT High Court, Grand Kadi FCT Sharia Court of Appeal, President of FCT Customary Court, Chief Judge of State High Court, Grand Kudi State Sharia Court of Appeal, and the President's State Customary Court of Appeal are expected to earn 42.3 million as annual regular allowances. Recall that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had in March transmitted a letter to the Senate to approve a new bill seeking to provide new salaries and allowance for judicial officers in Nigeria. First of all, let me say congratulations to all the judicial workers, the judges across the country whose salary has so far been increased by the leadership of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I want to say kudos to you all and congratulations to everyone that will benefit from this new salary structure. It's a good one to improve worker salary. Of course, they've been earning below expected earning. So it is actually a good one that their salary is being approved. But now, let's look at it this way. This whole salary structure is coming on the heels of the labor strike calling for the minimum wage. The Nigerian workers are currently earning 30,000 naira minimum wage, and the labor they are proposing a 419,000 minimum wage every month. But the federal government is saying, hey, that is unrealistic. We cannot pay you that amount of money. If we pay this amount of money, it's going to plummet the economy of this country. It will run Nigeria into bankruptcy. And the labor union, they are saying, hey, you have the money, you have to give us that, or else we're going to go on strike. And they declare a nationwide strike. Nationwide strike was a huge success, supported by all Nigerians. They shut down the national grid, though they've come out to say we didn't shut down the national grid. They shut down the National Assembly complex, cut off water supply to the National Assembly complex. They shut down the Nigerian aviation, and there was no in and out movement of plane everywhere, and every economy of the country was grounded for one day. And the federal government said, all right, let us go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to a negotiating table. And then the federal government proposed to them, this is what we intend to do. Give us 1 week, we are going to come up with a new minimum wage structure. Good and fine. The labor call off the strike, and they said it is not totally calling off the strike. They just relaxed the strike for the federal government to go into the negotiating table and give us a new improved salary structure. A lot of persons have said that the 419,000 that is being asked by the labor will bankrupt the country. Nigerians are supporting that it will bankrupt the country. Will what the labor is asking really bankrupt the country? I don't think so. Take a look at what the National Assembly members earn. The basic salary, 2.4 million every month. Hardship allowance is there. Constituency allowance is there. Furniture allowance, newspaper allowance, wardrobe allowance, recess allowance, accommodation allowance, utility allowance, entertainment allowance, personal assistant allowance, vehicle main allowance, leave allowance, severance, gratuity, motor allowance. At the end of the month, they go home with 29.4 million naira monthly. How many persons do we have in the National Assembly? We have close to 400 persons in the National Assembly. I want you to times that by 29.4 million. Why didn't it bankrupt the economy? It didn't bankrupt the economy, right? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on assuming office, increased the number of ministries we have. His special assistants and ministers, they are way more than what Nigeria used to have. That means the cost of governance under Bola Ahmed Tinubu has skyrocketed times 2, and all these are being paid from the taxpayer money. Bashir Ahmed, the special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on new media salary structure, was reviewed as far back as 2022. He was earning 1.1 million naira. That is a special assistant on new media. Imagine how much other people are earning under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Did it send Nigeria into bankruptcy? Absolutely no. Now, judges all over the country, their salary has been increased over 300%. It's not going to bankrupt the economy. Absolutely not. Bola Ahmed Tinubu budgeted 5 billion naira for presidential yacht. It did not bankrupt the economy. Bola Ahmed Tinubu budgeted 90 billion for pilgrimage. It did not bankrupt the economy. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is building a coastal road project that will cost 15 trillion naira. It did not bankrupt the economy. Tell me that I may know how paying workers their minimum wage that they are demanding will bankrupt the economy. The truth is, we have so much money in this country, but the problem is what? Effective utilization. We are wasting too much money on irrelevant projects. That is a problem in this country. Money that should have been invested into the economy, money that should have been put into key critical infrastructure in this country that will help to improve the living condition of an average Nigerian, is being wasted. That is a problem we have in this country. Another problem we have in this country is classism, the gathering of the elite. The elite in this country, they want to remain at the top, they want to maintain that status quo, and they will do everything to maintain that status quo without making the wealth of this nation to be distributed evenly. You improve the salary of judges by 300%, but that of civil servants you are proposing 2%. Is that not cruelty? Why so much emphasis on the judges? Why? Because you know that judges are being used by politicians as pawns. Of course, what politicians do these days, they loot so much money, rig election, go to court, buy kangaroo judgment, and they will pay the judges, and the judges will give them judgment that will legalize their criminality. That is the reason why they want to pacify judges all over the country. That is it. As it stands now, these people are not thinking of winning election through the ballot box. They don't even care about the electorate, because if they care so much about the electorate, they will not do anything that will inflict pains on the electorate, because they believe that after 4 years they will still come again and ask for the people for vote. So what they are looking at currently, like, if you like, vote for us. You don't like, don't vote for us. We will rig the election, we'll buy INEC and go to court, and the court will legalize our illegality. That is the reason they will do everything possible to pacify and please judges across the country, to the detriment of Nigerians. And this is what they are doing, improving their salaries by 300%, whereas civil servants are being given 2%. This is cruelty of the highest order. A man's heart always gravitates towards where his treasure is. If the Nigerian politician cares so much about the electorate, they will do everything possible to please them. They will improve their standard of living, they will improve the economy, they will improve security, they will do everything that will make them comfortable in Nigeria, because they know that they will always go back to them to ask for vote, but they don't care anymore about the electorate. As long as the law court is there, the law court has become the place of highest bidder. As long as you have your money, you can buy any judgment in Nigeria. That is what we are experiencing today, and that is why they don't even care about civil servants. If they care about the civil servant, the minimum wage that the labor went on strike the other day, they would not have allowed them to go on strike. They would have discussed the minimum wage for civil servant before now, and that would have been implemented. The salary structure of judges has been passed, but look at what the Senate is discussing on the floor of the National Assembly. They are discussing to stop labor from shutting down aviation and the power grid, because these two critical things is what is affecting them most. You can go on strike, block whatever you want to do, but leave aviation for us and leave the national grid. That is what they are discussing on the floor of the National Assembly, and they want to pass that into law. Rather than passing law to improve the minimum wage of average Nigerians, they can't do that. You know why? They are cut off from reality. They are cut off from what ordinary Nigerians are facing on the street. Why would they face what Nigerians are facing on the streets? People who earn 2 point something million every month, people who go home with 29.4 million naira every month, they will definitely not feel what average Nigerians are feeling. They will definitely not feel the pains, the hunger that is on the street. And that is the reason why Nigerians must stand up and ensure that everyone that is being sent in the floor of the National Assembly will speak for them and them alone. If they fail to do that, you simply call them back by not voting for them. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next.